Hi, welcome. If you've followed my videos, I tend to not talk too much about the backswing because what I think is when most people understand and learn a correct release that carries them into a follow through, they'll tend up to find a backswing to match. But some people do have problems with it. So I do have a remedy for the backswing. You know, I like to talk about, and this is what I believe, it's not for everyone, but I firmly believe a bit of width in the backswing is not a bad thing because instinctively the club will load back in towards you. And as the club will loads back in, it'll actually fall behind you a little bit and the hands will drop. So you'll create a little bit of lag and get rid of some of that throw from the top. That's down the road, obviously, but that's my big thing that I tend to try and think if we can strive for, it's a better goal down the long term. However, let's talk about a way to get in quite a good backswing position that's going to help us enter the ball properly. So there's actually a little ball hitting drill for this. So what we do is, I'll do it at the camera first, we would set up to a ball that we're going to hit, and then we place another ball back behind us, right in between our feet and the ball path and a little bit outside our right foot. What we're going to do is turn around and face that ball. We're not going to really turn our hips much. It's going to be more of an upper body turn where we've created a bit of spine tilt. So what we've done there is put range into our body. We're getting used to range into our body. And you can see if I can get used to hitting from here, I open up all that slot behind me anyway. So this is a really good one for that. So what we'll do is we'll turn and face that. And then to the top of our swing, what we're going to do is, you know, a lot of people tend to just pick their arms up or they overturn. They don't really give their arms and hands and clubs space to do anything. We need space to put it back into. So this is a good way to do that. We will turn and face this ball, and then from there, because we've got our body range, what we're going to do now is basically just rotate our arms, feel like we're laying the club off. Now, there's a reason for this, because what it does is if I just turn and lift my arms, you see I'm not creating a lot of space. If I turn and if I rotate my forearms up, my hands get up a little bit more and I've got all this space here. So now I've got somewhere to put the club on the way down that I can utilize. So let's have a look from down the line. Again, same thing, I'll set up to the ball, place another ball pretty much midway between my feet and the ball that I'm going to hit, and probably about 8 to 10 inches past my right foot. So we'll turn and face that with our upper body turn. Like I said, we're not going to turn our whole hips around because then we suck our arms in behind us. What we're really doing is keeping our lower half solid. So you can see now my hands are still out in front of my body. So now I've got somewhere to go with them. If I get too caught behind here, I've got to get them out. So it's turn, face that ball, and then you'll really feel a rotation of the arms to the top. And what that'll do is, like I said, it'll create some space in here and it'll point the club in a nice down the line path, even though you're feeling like you're pointing it over here because of that forearm rotation. And then we can learn to hit some balls. So we go 1, up, hit. So what we're going to do is, again, we're learning to hit the ball. We're not just trying to place the club up here. And once we do a few of these, what we'll find is we'll get used to, there's our turn, there's our forearm range, which gets our arms up, hands up, a little bit of space to get back into. And by having both of those, that combination, what we've got is we've sort of opened up our slot to get into this inside entry. And then from there, if we've got the body range, we know our body's just going to keep turning. So if we can get used to hitting balls like this, what will happen is, as we progress and get used to that, we'll find a nice backswing and we'll sort of go turn up, and you won't have to think of it because you're used to hitting balls from that position. You'll just blend in with it and you'll start to go. It doesn't have to be exact, but it's going to be a much better way to learn.